to you by GN and Co.
I just want to say I'm incredibly proud of you.
Thank
You did so well tonight, and I know I walked in here and you were like trembling, and that's absolutely normal.
Yes.
But you know what? Here's too many.
Here's
many
too many.
more.
Thank
all right?
you. Thank
You're
you
doing
so much.
amazing. All right, cool. Just come on. Round of applause for Gugu, please.
Thanks, guys.
All right, this is GU.
Yes.
Question number 1.
Yeah.
How do you navigate forgiving people you love dearly when they aren't ready for your journey into starting over and loving yourself unapologetically?
I think it has
That's a
nothing
deep one.
to do with them. I think you choose that for yourself, and once you are sure that you want a certain thing for yourself and for your life, you have to make peace with the fact that there are some people who may not get that and may not support you. And I think that them maybe not getting it and not supporting you isn't that they don't want to, but it also could be that they don't get it. You know, we all experience things at different times, and just because I'm in a certain season doesn't mean Dimple's in a certain season. I may go through things that you haven't gone through, you know? So I think it's about being able to understand and empathize with someone. And if you aren't there yet because you haven't gone through it, have no knowledge of this thing, or, you know, like, it just isn't something that interests you, it's not personal for the most part. I don't think people aren't supporting you because they don't want to. It's just because they can't at that time in their lives.
They can't meet you there at that
Yes,
point.
yes,
All right,
for
that's
sure.
beautiful. Now, what made you start your YouTube journey? Because a lot of people don't become as successful, right? Were you prepared to flourish as much as you did?
Definitely not. It was a passion project. Like I said, I started at the beginning of 2020, and I did so because I'd left school and I felt like I had a lot to say just regarding my journey and my life. And I didn't expect for people to take to it the way that they did. I really didn't. I was just doing it for me. It was a therapeutic outlet. I felt like I'd muted myself for years, and I just didn't allow myself to speak or share my thoughts, or felt like my thoughts weren't valuable. And nor was my voice. So I did it for me. And it's been cool that it's been successful, and I'm really grateful that it's been successful, but it's not something that I had anticipated.
Can I just ask, how did you
Yes.
overcome that fear though?
Honestly, it's YouTube, bruh. I didn't think anyone was watching. Like, I did it for me. I just put it out there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I shared the link, but I was like, oh, bruh, who knows me? Who's gonna watch it? Which isn't the right way to go about it.
Yeah.
But I think at the time, I just didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Would you ever go on a reality show if it's your own? Even if, in fact, it's your own.
Okay, first of all, people ask me to be on Love Island all the time. Ridiculous. I won't do that.
Okay.
But I have no desire to have a reality show of my own right now. Maybe in the future it would be cool, but I feel like I'd have to be doing super exciting things. Like, I would need a reason to have a camera following me all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and favorite brand that you've worked with and one that you want to work with?
BNG.
Of course.
Yeah, for
Of
sure.
course,
I
of
think
course.
just having the brand see me and Bonang see me is a huge thing for me. And I love the drink as is, so it was really cool that I got to partner up with a brand that I love. And a brand that I would love to work with, I've just learned to not announce these things to block other blessings.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If like the opposing brand comes, I don't want to close that door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how's 2023 looking for you? Describe it in one word.
I think it's a year of blessings. Yeah.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Through all the evolutions that you go through, right, at some point, don't you feel as if you lose the true essence of yourself that makes you Gugulethu?
I think that this was a fear. I thought that like maybe when I entered the space that I'd want to become something else, you know? And sometimes people are like, oh my goodness, don't change when you get subscribers, don't change when your numbers grow. But I think it's been cool that I've always been able to be myself, and that's always been my selling points, and people have been able to resonate with that. So yeah, I will admit that there have been times when I felt like I needed to do more or follow a path that has been done before because I've seen that it works. But yeah, God really grounds me in that, like, my voice is mine, my thoughts are mine, I'm me, and people have taken to that. So I should really just cement myself in that more than anything.
But do you think it's really possible to like remain the same through every phase of your life?
No, I'm gonna change. You know, like the version of Gugulethu people saw on YouTube like 2-3 years ago is definitely different to the version of myself that exists now. I think the essence of myself will always be the same. There may be other things that change as I evolve as a person, but I think like for the most part what I stand for in my vibe will always be my vibe.
Yeah, I love that. Let's talk music a bit. What's your
Yes.
favorite music genre?
It's definitely between R&B and hip hop. It's
Okay.
a tie.
I think you're more like hip hop though, no?
Right now, I'm in my trap girl era, so it's just
Okay.
like, it's getting me through my days. But I'm a softie, so like, I love Oh, a good R&B song.
All right, future goals. Where do you see yourself in 2 to 5 years?
Not in South Africa.
That part, love it.
I see myself having grown my media company and producing for other people outside of myself. I do see a talk show of sorts. I don't know if it's going to be more live podcasting events or like a talk show itself. Funny enough, I'd actually said on your show when you interviewed me that I was over radio because I'm doing podcasting, but I think I'm not. So it would be really cool to actually have the opportunity to do radio for a bit.
Sana, please just don't take my job.
Never.
Like, that's all I'm asking. Please don't come for my show.
Never.
If Y ever calls you, just say, no, don't, not Timpo.
Not you guys,
Keep
sorry.
Timpo.
Yes.
All right, cool. This one is so cute. It says, hey, sis GU, how do you initiate the conversation about the changes you've gone through with those around you, and how do you reintroduce yourself?
I don't think that conversation is easy, hey? And I think you have to be willing to be vulnerable and just be open and honest in that, like, yo, I went through something in my life and it may have resulted in me changing, my views have changed, or like for me, I take time to pray throughout the year, and there are times when I come out of that season just maybe having different interests and not wanting to be in certain spaces as much, and you just have to say it. I don't think there's any other way to go about it, and I think if you're struggling to have those conversations, it's very telling of the relationships that you're in. If you can't have that conversation, it maybe isn't a friendship or a relationship you should be in because you're not able to express yourself.
100%.
Yeah.
Because it should be comfortable.
For
sure. Be a comfortable space.
No matter how hard it is, you should be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that person should be receptive to what it is that you're saying.
All right,
Yeah.
love it. Here's another one. Hey, Gugu, love you loads. Please encourage a young 20-year-old who has no resources as you, but has the potential to be exactly like you. Hectic. It says, in brackets over here, open bracket, a hood brought up girl, close bracket. What has YouTube taught you?
Honestly, firstly, be yourself. You know, I think as soon as you're trying to follow in someone's footsteps, that's almost where you're losing the battle.
Yeah.
You should be comfortable with who you are. You should think that you are likable, and you should think that people should take to your personality. And what has YouTube taught me? Sure. Honestly, in my personal capacity, that I'm capable. Like, that was the first platform that I put myself out on, and I was well received, and I think it made me realize that, like, okay, cool, if I can do this, I can do other things. But YouTube also taught me not to overshare. You know, like, I don't regret anything that I've shared because it was true to me at that time. But the older I get, the more I think I realize that, like, there's some things that I don't want to say.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. Now, this is the second last one.
Yes.
All right. Hi, sis GU. You mentioned we could just restart within the present moment and not wait for a new year or the next Monday, all right? But how do I start all over when my circumstances haven't changed?
Yeah.
How do I become a new me in a stagnant society? And how do I do better when I am still in a toxic environment? In brackets, toxic black family. Very specific. Very specific, this one.
I mean, change starts with you, irregardless of what's happening around you, irregardless of your environment. When you decide to change within yourself, that's very powerful. And when you decide to stand by something and just understand that you are capable of achieving certain things outside of everyone. I think also, like, life has taught me that you really can't depend on anyone.
True.
It really comes from you. You know, no one's going to believe in you as much as what you believe in yourself. And no one's going to push you as much as you can push yourself. So if you start to change, I honestly believe that the people around you have to adapt.
Yeah.
And it's not always easy, and it's not always a smooth transition, especially like maybe in a toxic black family. But I think sometimes you don't give people a choice.
Sure.
When you are yourself, it's like you have to like it, get along with it, or you don't. And if you don't, you get to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get to the going part.
Yes.
Right? When they do leave you because they decide, oh, this is not too pretty. Like, I don't like this side of Gugu. How do you deal with that loss?
It's never easy, you know? I think you get to cry. You get to be sad. Like, moving on is never just like cutting off and being like, oh, I'm done. I think you get to process your feelings. You get to process whatever situation it is that you're leaving. But again, I think that I'm at a point in my life where I'm just so sure of who I am and so
that
sure of my
can
decisions. Yes. And knowing that, like, when I make decisions, I give them thought. Like, I'm not just wanting to end something for I'm not just doing it for the sake of doing it. Like, this thing has really taken thought, and I've come to this decision, so therefore I need to honor that and respect it. So I think just because I'm sure of myself and my decisions, it helps me deal with that a little bit more. But that's not to say that I'm not going to have days where I'm sad. And that's not to say that I'm not going to cry. And that's not to say that I'm not going to have days where I want to rekindle that situation because I just, for the sake of peace.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we do things for peace sake. You're like, oh, I don't want to upset this person. I don't want to be in a weird place with this person. But you end up compromising yourself. And if you are compromising yourself, you're not living to the fullest. You're not living your life to the best of your own abilities.
And also, I think just out of respect for yourself, sometimes you
For
gotta stand on what you do. You gotta
yeah.
stand on what you say and be like,
Yeah.
I'm not going back there.
Also, you're the only person who can truly stand up for yourself. Like, you
Sure.
can't always rely on other people to do so. So if you're making a decision, stand by it, knowing that you've made this decision with thorough thought.
I love that. All right, we've got one more question from Nana. Mama,
Oh.
now it's time, hey? Yeah, I heard you've got a question. Yeah,
Yes.
let's go.
Hi, Nana.
Yeah, give her a mic, lovely.
Nana. Oh, she said, oh my gosh. Of course, my friend. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 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 Yes. They don't serve you. Bro, first of all, I think it's about believing in yourself and what you stand for. Like, I think you know what you deserve as a person and you know where you're going in life. And if there is a friendship that isn't serving you, regardless of whether or not they've necessarily done you wrong or just realizing that I can no longer do this walk with you, you're honoring yourself. And honoring yourself is not easy, especially when it's against other people and against the people that you love and have cared for and that have done this walk with you for so long. But like, as I step into my later 20s, the more I realize, like, dude, if I don't do it, who will? Like, it's not serving me to keep this friendship, knowing that I maybe have these feelings and knowing that we don't have common ground and knowing that I can't speak to you like that anymore. Like, I'm draining myself. And I've just grown to realize that my relationship with myself is the most important one, you know? And if I'm putting myself in situations that are upsetting me, it's just not gonna work in my favor. Bro, I don't know how to tell you to have that conversation because it's crazy to be like, I can't do this walk with you, not because you've done me dirty and not because of A, B, C, D, but like, I also think that when you truly love someone, you can free them and you let them go. And I don't think it's fair to be in a friendship knowing that you're possibly harboring these feelings and they don't know that because they are being your friend thinking that they're being your friend forever and they're supporting you thinking that there's more, whereas you may know that that isn't the case, you know? So I think if you love someone, set them free and you can love them from afar and it doesn't mean any beef, but like you're honoring yourself and it's not easy. Like it sucks to say the least. Yeah. Thanks, Ryan.
Beautifully said. And you know what? That's how we wrap it up. We have come to the end of the assembly, unfortunately. Aren't you a bit sad, though?
No, school's out. Scream and shout.
Whee! Okay, you hate school. Kanja, you did say school is very traumatizing for you.
You watch the clock.
All right, Googs, I'm going to leave it up to you to close it, of course. Coming from me, Dimpo Mokhoto, it's been an absolutely amazing evening. You guys are incredible. I hope I'll see you again next year, all right? I hope there'll be another one of these next year. Remember to take more pictures at the House of B&G booth. Of course, we're still running the Fix competition. Are we ready to give away the prize? No, not yet?
No, not yet. We will.
Not yet.
Shortly.
All right, cool. We'll be giving away the prize shortly. Until next time, I love you. Stay blessed. You are absolutely beautiful. Catch me on Y every Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yes,
Mwah.
mama.
Bye.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna just wrap up my show. This is a testimony for me. Honestly, the day I put out the flyer was the day I got the quote for this event. And I've said that had I received that quote before putting out the flyer wouldn't have gone out. and we would not be here. So it was really just about me putting my faith and trust in God and just hoping that He would pull through for me and help me make this happen, which He did. So this is an answered prayer. So for that, first and foremost, I am so grateful. You guys made it happen by buying tickets, by being here, by showing me love, by listening to my podcast, by streaming it on Spotify. Love you. Thank you. Literally, it means the world to me. So for that, to you guys, to the Genge, for retweeting, resharing, watching, quoting, everything, zonke bonke. Honestly, I appreciate you guys because you guys help my work get out there, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. My next thanks definitely goes to my team that has worked incredibly hard on this event. It hasn't been easy, you know, the waters were tested there, but we managed to pull through. So that is Calvin, who's my sound engineer, Wandile, who is my graphics designer, and my main man, Leo Labello, Section 9 Africa. Thank you. Wholeheartedly, thank you. It hasn't been easy, and it was my first event. He has experience, I don't, you know, so I kind of just wanted things to happen, and he was like, dude, things don't just happen like this. So thank you for being patient with me and being a friend and supporting me, because I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. Yeah. Two, the talents that is here, that everyone that graced the stage, from the DJs to the performers, thank you so much. I honestly see you guys as like an extension of my friends and my online family. It's not a mistake that I asked for the people to perform, you know, I was very intentional about who it is that I asked to grace the stage. So thank you for your time. Thank you for blessing us with your talents. Wishing you guys all the best, rooting for you guys always. You know what I'm saying? Love you guys. It's the vibes. Yeah. And to my family, to my parents for being here. Very full circle moment. I love you guys dearly. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. And honestly, your love and support is what has got me here and given me the confidence to sit on the stage and share my story. And I get a lot, like, I honestly, the older I get, the more I realize that I'm just half and half of my parents, you know? My dad is very good with words. You know, he be writing books all the time, and I definitely get that from him. And he's a little bit more serious, and I can be serious, whereas my mom is just a big heart walking, and she loves people, and she loves to have moments with people, and I think that's what I do with my platform. So love you guys dearly. And to my partners for this event, B&G, thank you for believing in me, for sponsoring this, for, you know, blessing us with a beautiful set and beautiful drinks, for Spotify, for amplifying a Black girl's voice, and my stories about my mental health is not something I take lightly. So I'm appreciative to everybody here, to my sister, she's my muse. I don't tell her enough, but honestly, I make the content that I do because I think at her age, I wish I had this. So like, yeah, you encourage me to be a better sister, to be a better person, and to always just try harder. Yeah. Yeah, to my friends for supporting me, for rocking with me, and yes. And yeah, just to everyone at large, I'm forever grateful. Thank you to the Khuli Chana Studios. Thank you to Khuli Chana for allowing this to happen. I think those are all my thanks. I hope you guys chill. And obviously, the beautiful Dimple for doing your thing on the stage. I appreciate you so much. You really kept it alive, kept it going, kept it flowing like the water. Yeah. Okay, guys, I do want to encourage you guys to stay. There are definitely still drinks at the bar. There's also food available. And we're going to have a DJ set. So if you want to rock with the queen, rock with the principal, because it's after school now. You know, it's after school. So yeah, guys, I hope that you guys get home safely. Thank you again. All my love always. Brought to you by GN and Co.